Good morning, morning breathers. It's Friday.
Woo!
Yippee skippy. I'm your host, Tim Elliott, joined in studio by Nick the Second, producer Nick the Second, Nick times two.
Something like that.
Something
Nick
like
squared.
that. And we have John the Voice back.
Good morning.
Good morning, John. Matt is off. He claims to be going to Des Moines for a meeting.
Meetings. That's what I always tell people.
Yeah.
I would tell you, Tim, that is one of the, I shouldn't say this on air because it's going to make people.
It sounds like you're going to.
It's going to make people think that I'm doing this to them when I'm not. But I confess that there have been times in my life, and you've been in, I'll say sales and all kinds of different hats for a long time, business ownership and all these different things. There has been times in my career in the last 20 years.
I've got a meeting
When we know darn well, look into the camera, when I did not have an actual business meeting. It was done. Or
sometimes you just need a minute.
have you ever taken the fake phone call in your entire life? Has there ever been, or have you ever texted somebody and said, "Hey, I need you to call me and get me out of this"?
That I have never done.
I've done that a couple of times in my life, like not recently, but years ago. It was like, "Hey," I texted them like, "SOS, call me. I need to get out of here now."
That is used in my industry some.
Yeah.
You know, if there would be somebody on appointment that maybe something doesn't feel right or whatever,
Yeah.
they will text.
Yeah.
We've kind of got a system set up for that. So that has been used, but I have not done that.
The fake phone calls. Hey, how's it going? Oh, excuse me. We're starting off Friday with confessions. So, you may not have thought much of me before, and it might be worse now. So,
oh my gosh, we might have a new segment.
Right,
What are you
hey,
confessing today? I will have to think about that.
We do the same thing out there at Ace as well.
Yeah.
So
When you're talking into your wrist or your shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I got to go to. Sorry, folks, I've got to go to aisle 14.
But if there's ever somebody you see and you're just like, God bless it, I don't have 20 minutes to stop today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, that's been a thing. Sorry, I just derailed the entire.
I wonder if people think that about us.
I know. I guarantee you people think that about me. They're like, I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, but he's going to talk my ear off.
John.
Here comes John. I don't have 12 minutes to stop and waste my day, so I'm going to keep going. I guarantee you it's happened. And I'm fully aware.
Yeah,
I won't even run from it.
I mean, it can't just be you and me, for sure.
Speaking of you and me, who are we sponsored by today?
Well, if you're going out of turn, so
I am going out of turn.
The Morning Breath crew this morning is sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Okay, thank you, Willie.
really,
Yeah, geez, you didn't think I was on it?
Oh, you're on it. I was just trying to.
You're just all about.
I was just trying to.
One thing leads to another.
Yeah.
One of these things. The Southeast Iowa Union is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Thanks, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC. So we are Matless today, which means he's probably listening.
Oh, we got plans.
But he chimed in. Yeah. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, Martha.
Yep.
Good morning, Mom. I think that's all we got. I want to say I golfed in Columbus Junction last night. So, Mr. Meitzer, good morning to you.
Good morning,
Do
Jed.
not chime in and tell me what you're doing.
Good morning, Jed. Jed just popped in.
Hey, Jed. We had a lot of fun golfing last night down in Junction. I sub on my son's team.
Oh, nice.
And they have a little different scoring system, but
Okay.
We both ended up winning. We took 6 points from our opponents last night.
Wow. Okay, then.
Yeah.
See, I understand this now. I can speak a little bit of the language. Well, golf must have been on the mind. I had a bit of a combination of golf and music last night, ironically enough.
Okay.
Some friends of mine were playing up at Pinseekers in Iowa City or in Tiffin, or North Liberty, whatever, Tiffin. All the things, Tiffin, yeah.
It's almost North Liberty, but it's in Tiffin.
Yeah. So
Pretty specific about their boundaries.
absolutely. So I zipped up there last night, and these guys were playing on the patio on the second floor out there. They had a good crowd out there playing music, and I got fortunate enough. The folks who were down at the front, checking you in and stuff, they were able to put me right by the bay that's outside this big garage door that opens up to the patio.
I haven't been there yet.
It's beautiful, man. It's awesome. So I was able to hit. It was such a gorgeous night. So I was able to hit golf balls with a couple of buddies of mine, and work on. I took my wedges, and I was like, I'm gonna just work on wedges, and that is gonna be the 52, 56, and the 69-degree wedge that I got.
56 is really hard to hit.
That's my one. Honestly, it's like my favorite club. I love that club.
You should hardly ever use that, but that's another story.
Really?
That's another whole story.
We should talk because I use it all the time.
Okay. Well, you know what? The old hat is if it's working for you, use it.
I mean, that's fair enough.
So
we had a good time, and they got to play all these games like closest to the pin, you know, and all this. It was
I heard
really,
it's a fun time.
It honestly is, and then they had great food. I had this Chipotle steak quesadilla. You know, had a few high noons. You know, and have a few nooners. Like it was a good evening. It was
awesome.
It was
and
all
you
right.
so did they invite you to sing with them or anything?
I actually did end up on stage, yes,
There we
and sang
go.
a couple of songs.
You seem to
with them,
find a
so
way there, right?
Well, you know, because it was the boys, so it was Lee and Adam Cletton, and they sang down here locally and whatever else. And see, Greta says Brandon loves that club. I know it's such a fun club, Greta. Like it really is. 56-degree wedge, absolutely.
Oh. It is so hard to hit.
Yeah,
I have one and hardly ever use it.
Man, I have a problem like hitting my 9-iron sometimes. I mean, it's an issue. Good morning, Jim. Jim just checked in as well.
I was talking to a guy that golfs much better than you and I.
Okay.
And I was talking to him specifically about that because I was trying to use that, thinking that, you know, within 30 yards, that's probably a decent club to use.
Yeah.
He said, oh, hell no. He said, you should never use that club.
Really?
He says, I can't hardly even think of an instance where I might want to use that
See, if I'm 50 yards in, I'm hitting that club.
Really?
If I'm between 50 and like 75, I hit the 52 degree.
Yeah.
I mean, last night I hit, I hit the 52, dropped it in within like 4 feet of the pin. I think it was about an 85-yard shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but again, that's because I can't learn how to control my stinking pitching wedge, and I overhit it every time.
Yeah.
So, sorry, we're just having
Touch
a
is
golf
hard.
moment today.
Let's talk about golf.
But yeah, it was a good night. It was a nice night.
I'm going to have to get up there. Maybe, you know, some early fall day or evening, go up for that. Patty went up.
Yeah.
She was up there earlier this week because her and her daughter and Alex, and they wanted to go up for that. They wanted to find a place to golf, and nothing close was open, so they went up there.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The thing is, if you're like me and you have a problem sometimes with, you know, kicking up too much ground whenever you swing your wedges or whatever else, it can get painful because you're not giving into soft earth. I mean, it's
you're on
hard turf
turf
with concrete directly beneath it, and so like after a while, like your hand can I'm like, man, my hand started to hurt
There's
a
a
little
little padding on there too, and
There is a little bit, but I mean, it'll get you. It says we need a lesson from Tim the Pro is what Jim is suggesting to us right now. I would agree, Jim.
Oh, Jimmy.
I would agree.
Jimmy, you've seen me play golf. You have seen me play golf. In fact, the very first time I met Jimmy was on a golf course. And we played together, and we've been friends ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm 2-1 in men's league now as a sub.
Are you?
So yeah, but thanks to Hamilton's in the chat. We you know, we're not good enough to be here, but not in the chat. I'm still
Oh my
salty.
God.
When I think golf
Come
pro,
on,
I
Bam.
think Tim. Now Brandon is actually a true golf pro. This guy, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, don't listen to anything that Bam Hamilton says, because that is not the case. And anybody that's seen me play golf, including Mr. Hamilton, knows.
Hey, he was helping me the other night. We played a quick half round or so before.
I saw you guys take off.
Yeah, and he was helping me with everything. Honestly,
I'm going to tell you a real quick story about Brandon. We were playing men's league, and it was customary. You know, you had a group. Usually, it was a foursome that was playing together, and you might end up. You know, you have a stagger start, so you might end up on hole number. Let's say hole number 9, or no, number 4.
Yeah.
So you would go ahead and play 5 and play number 5 with your 5-iron all the way in. Mm-hmm. Well, we did that, and it happened to be we were on number 9.
Okay.
So everybody threw $5 in, and you played your 9-iron all the way in. Hamilton hits his 9-iron.
I'm sure he probably
goes almost as far as my normal drive. So he's on it too.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm struggling to get there in 4.
Yeah.
And I just will never forget how far he hit that 9-iron.
Meanwhile, he's already in the clubhouse when I'm on like my 6th shot or whatever.
Well, he probably wanted to collect, but I think what got him is he couldn't putt very good with that 9-iron, which is not easy to do. but I think he might remember to do that.
Jim says you guys have fun. Don't have to worry about all the tour travel and rumors and all that stuff.
Let's not kick up any of those rumors. So, let's see. What else is going on?
Well,
We had a convention.
yeah.
That's about over.
Hulk Hogan was there the other night.
You know, I missed. Was he? Patty thought he was on last night. I missed it. I was golfing, but I got home in time
I think
to watch part of it.
Was it 2 nights ago now? I can't remember.
I thought it was really odd that Kid Rock performed last night.
Really?
Yeah, it just didn't strike me as a good mix. I don't know. I'm fine that he supports his candidate. I don't have a problem with that.
Sure.
But it just, I just thought, that's just odd.
Yeah, because he certainly is a big time supporter in that.
Absolutely.
In that regard. Jason Aldean performed as well.
I don't know who that is, and I probably missed it.
Okay, now you're hurting my heart this morning. Jason Aldean, he's a huge country star.
Yeah, but I don't like country.
So, man, you're just.
Yeah.
One more, and I think I'm gonna have to walk out of the studio. I mean, it was like that was like a left jab, and then the right cross of I don't like country caught me like right here.
If I gotta shine to listen to, it's down the list.
Well, this is probably a bad time to bring up that I'm playing a country show tonight down at the Walton in Fairfield. So.
Well, I don't know any songs. Pat, I'll tell you, I've gone to 2 country concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think. Blake
Shelton?
Nope. Who's another really important, really big time guy? He's a judge on one of those shows.
Oh, Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to 2 of his concerts.
Yeah.
Didn't really know any of the songs he played.
Sure.
I go because my wife and her friend go.
I like to go. Well, all right. Remind me then if I want to talk country music. If I'm hanging out with you and Patty, I'll just talk to Patty. It'll be fine.
It'd be best.
All right, sounds good.
Best because I'm just not there.
I did stop by. You will appreciate this. I stopped by this place. There's a new little cigar shop there up in North Liberty, and
were you telling me that? Were we talking about that?
At some point, maybe I don't know. But I finally stopped there in person last night, and I got a nice little assortment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that got me a torch and some other stuff.
Nice.
Brought me a cigar the other day. He gets a lot of his stuff online.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he's
well, that's when you're gonna get.
He's got a cigar every time I see him.
Yeah. So. Well, that's if he's on that level, then yeah, he's buying boxes. At that point.
Could be.
So.
You just get the individuals.
I mean, on this particular night, if I'm going to get a box, well, I actually am going to get a box in a couple weeks because some buddies and I are taking a trip to the Ozarks in August, and that'll be a great time.
Little golf trip or music trip?
Little golf, little boat, little bit of everything. So it'll be a nice getaway.
Yeah,
it'll be a nice getaway. So the club at Portosima, we have
playing that.
So there's I know that's been everyone's reaction. I was talking to a couple guys. They're like, "What?"
It's really nice.
The thing is, Tim, is we have an in because we have a buddy that interns there, so he can get us on. I'll call it a severely discounted rate, aka free. Later in the day.
Love that.
So yeah, otherwise we would not be playing there. Yeah. Like it's several $100 for a round of golf there. Yeah. It's outrageous.
Jack Nicklaus designed that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember.
All I know is it's beautiful.
Yeah. I think there's a hole that goes kind of over a cove in the lake.
Oh yeah, there's water everywhere and sand everywhere. I mean, I'm gonna be utilizing the old sand wedge like I never have before. And of course,
you're like that 62 even more.
Absolutely. Is that 69? I was gonna say it'll be all over the place. Arnold just put a JR Cigars link in the chat for those of you that might be interested to get into that. So. I got the par and all the cash.
Jimmy, yep. You, yeah. He did?
Hamilton, take 3 days. See, this is what I have a problem with, ma'am. Okay, I invited you Wednesday. I invited you yesterday to come here and spend time with us. And I love that you're in the chat right now. But dang it, right here. We could have been right here.
He's probably right
here.
Just take 3 dozen balls.
100% correct. Yes, absolutely. See, I told you we were gonna. What better day for Brandon to have been here? All this perfect. Golf conversation. It would have been outstanding.
But I love that you're chatting in, Brandon.
Agreed.
Thank you. I think we should break. Do you think we should break?
I think we should
Nick,
break.
the second?
Here we go.
Okay, we'll be right back, folks.
We're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with SeaFirst today and see why together is better.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2024 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Great food from the North Village or the Log Village. Plus, learn how to square dance over at the dance bar. This is the place where memories are made. Make plans now to enjoy the history of the past at the 2024 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 29th through September 2nd in Mount Pleasant. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Good morning, morning breathers. Welcome back. We've had a spirited conversation with those that are chiming in, and thank you, Mr. Meitzer, for not chiming in, because I know what you're doing. John, well, let's reintroduce everybody. We have Nick the Second, producer Nick the Second,
Good morning.
here with his polo on. He had a polo on yesterday. You didn't think I noticed.
I had a polo on
But
yesterday.
polo a couple days ago was not in your closet. We don't need to go into reasons why.
Ooh,
Then
we have a question in the chat. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, and then
Trying to get to
we
it.
have John the Voice with us too. So we've when John's here, there is no script. We just talk.
We do.
But you are chomping at the bit to get at this next segment.
I am. But before we get to that, Jeff had a question. Is that Pin Seekers? Yes, it's actually a subsidiary company of Topgolf, Jeff. So yes, elevated driving range, 2 floors, like I don't know, tons of bass.
It's just a cheaper version.
It's a little, but honestly, I've been to both, and
tell the
I
difference?
no. And honestly, it's like last night in like a prime time evening, it was like $35 for an hour. So you split that between we had 3 guys there. I mean, it's like $12.
Bring your own
else.
clubs or don't.
Yeah, because you go up there, they got clubs there for you. I mean, you can get, you can rent clubs. If you don't rent clubs, they have ones that are just standard. They have like a 7 and a 9 and a couple other ones up there. And there's all kinds of games you can play on the screen. They have putting greens there. They have kind of like executive spaces where you can go for private parties. There's also not just golf simulators. There's football. There's basketball. There's there's all kinds of stuff in different areas. They have a bowling alley in there, multiple bars, like food service,
I did hear
everything.
there's a bowling alley. It's kind of a
Yeah, I was gonna say the putting green outside is super cool, putt course, and then they have this nice little patio there upstairs out to the west where the sun was coming down. It's all sponsored by High Noon, which I was talking about. I'm a big fan. But anyway, it's a really cool place, so definitely check it out. And good morning to you too, Jeannie, as well. Okay, yes, this
so historical events that sound fake but are actually real.
yes,
John is chomping at the bit to get at one of these. So
December 7th.
take it away.
1941, also Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
The day that happened. So a lot of crazy stuff happening that day. Pennsylvania dentist Little, I don't know how you say his name here. Lytle S. Adams happened to be spelunking around the Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico, home to lots of bats. It gave Adams an unconventional idea. And again, I think on this particular day, I don't think this is a coincidence. If the U.S. could attach tiny incendiary bombs to the bats, they could fly into less accessible crevices and crannies in Japan and start little fires everywhere with minimal human lives lost. However,
that's not going to make it.
Yeah, it's like a kamikaze suicide bomber that's a bat is basically what this comes down to. So he happened to be friends with the First Lady, Eleanor Roosevelt, and his idea made its way to the ranks to the president himself. And for the next several years, the program passed through various hands in the U.S. military involving Air Force, Army, and eventually the Marines.
They actually were going to try this out.
They captured thousands of Mexican free-tailed bats, but this wasn't even the hard part. They had to force the bats into hibernation during transport, so they cooled them in ice cube trays. Think about the work this was, Tim. Then they had to figure out a release mechanism for the bats, and at one point during this experimental phase, the bats were accidentally released, and it set ablaze an entire hangar and a general's car.
That was the end of that. Who the hell started this bat program?
The bat initiative was eventually abandoned. Some think for a new explosive idea, the atomic bomb. so let it back to that.
Guess who won?
$2 million was dropped, which would equal about $30 million in 2021.
In 1941, they spent $2 million on this bat thing.
Yeah. So the question I have for you that I've been dying to ask since I read this when I walked in at 7:12 was, is this Pennsylvania dentist, Lytle S. Adams, is he truly the Batman?
He very well could be.
I think, is he like related to Bruce Wayne?
He's the real Bruce Wayne.
He's the real Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimately.
Bruce Wayne is just kind of, that was the pseudo name. Now we are learning that Bruce Wayne, his actual real name was Lytle S. Adams.
Yes.
I'm Batman.
Did he just like walk into the White House and just be like, I'm not wearing hockey pads? Like what's
That's a good one.
Could do a better Bane than that one. Well, that's another time.
That's funny.
Not my best work, but we'll see.
I liked. Where is it? Oh, I like this one, and I guess it's been in the news a little bit because of what happened to former President Trump a week ago. Mm-hmm. But in the election of 1912, former President Teddy Roosevelt disliked Republican candidate William Howard Taft so much that Teddy decided to invent a new party, and he called it the Bull Moose Party. That is kind of common knowledge. Everybody kind of knew that. You knew that, right? Because we had asked our previous producer, he'd go, He wouldn't know that for sure. Anyway, Bull Moose Party, he wanted to run for a third term. While heading out of his hotel to give a campaign speech in Milwaukee, Roosevelt was shot in the chest in the back seat of his open-air car. The assassination attempt was thwarted by kind of a makeshift bulletproof vest, and they didn't really have it, but Roosevelt had a 50-page speech in his chest and all this his spectacle case, because they all wear spectacles back then. And so that that's where the bullet hit and basically slowed it down. It still caused some problems. He was bleeding profusely, and the staff wanted to take him to a hospital. But Teddy insisted on going to the auditorium, delivering his hour-and-a-half-long speech, showing off his bullet-ridden stack of papers to the audience, and famously declaring, "It takes more than that to kill a bull moose." Indeed, it did.
Correct.
Roosevelt did not win an election in that election, but he did receive the highest number of votes of any independent candidate in history, and cemented his status as a real life legend. He was a badass.
He was. I mean, do you know the stories about him like having like boxing matches like in the White House, like him fighting when he was in the presidency?
I think I remember.
Yeah. So to me, he's one of the most fascinating. Have you seen the movie Rough Riders?
I don't believe so.
You need to.
But I might have.
I'm telling you right now, if you have any interest in Teddy Roosevelt, it's highly entertaining, but also like pretty educational. But it's how it's really was his involvement in the war and how his horse, Little Texas, is the name of his horse, and how he led those men into battle. And it's the real famous interaction where they didn't hear him, like when he's like, hey, we're gonna basically charge up this hill, right, San Juan Hill. And so it's like we're going, and they didn't hear him, so he takes off by himself. And he turns around and he's like, "Are you guys cowards?" He's like, "We didn't hear." So they get up to the top, and then they obviously kill everyone, and then he profusely apologizes. He says, "I'm terribly sorry for calling you cowards. There are no cowards here." And of course, there's creative licensing. Liberty's taken in the movie. Sure. But there's a story of four brothers. There's so many stories within the stories. But it's
piqued my interest.
But the interactions, I love it because he's going around talking to all these politicians beforehand, before they actually launch out. And he's just being very blunt and brash, and people are just like, "Oh my word!" It's really refreshing.
He would tell it like it is. For sure.
When they commandeered a train, they literally commandeered a train from another unit so that they could get to the front first.
There you go.
So they're like, "Yeah, we're not gonna let you beat us there and take the glory. We're taking your train," and got there first.
There's something special about that in that time for sure. I don't think we've got any time to do any more stories, so we're going to save some for another day.
All right.
But those are two good ones, I think.
Should we take a break and then come back and get set for the day?
John would like to take a break and get set for the day.
Okay, here we go.
All right, we'll be back.
The connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
I am Melissa Westfall with Homegirl Realty. Heather and Charlotte and I have worked together for many years, and we have always had a vision to have a business together.
I'm Charlotte Howard, and the good news is we bring a very high level of experience. We have a combined 80 plus years of experience in this real estate marketplace.
I'm Heather Merrick, and Homegirl Realty brings a lot of things to the table. We have phenomenal communication with our clients, buyers and sellers, to make sure things are going smoothly and you don't have anything to worry about.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank.
Welcome back to Morning Breath. It's Friday. It's a gorgeous day. Going to be a little warmer than yesterday, but just if kids stay like this the rest of the summer, I'd be fine. Let's see. We need to get set for the day. This is kind of my favorite part of the show, and not really my favorite part.
Yeah,
it's my favorite part because I just get to sit back and go, John, get us set for the day.
Perfect.
And then I don't have to do anything else.
Absolutely. Well, before I jump in and get us set for the day, I had just a quick little shout out here this morning.
Okay.
I was eating tacos on Sunday and with a good buddy of mine who we both know, and I was sitting there, and the lady walked into Two Bros and was like, "Hey, sorry to interrupt, but like, fan of the show," and then like started talking about like, "Hey, we have this event going on," and I was like, I mean, it took me a second because it was a Sunday fun day. We were having tacos and some other things, and so I was like,
you kind of had to.
I was like, all right, snap back to reality. Here we go. But there is at Parkview in Wellman, care facility over there. So they have a car show and Elvis concert. So on Friday, August 9th, from 11:30 to 1 p.m. They're saying join us for a fun-filled afternoon with the Classy Chassis Cruisers. Say that 10 times fast. It's a car show. Come dressed in your favorite 50s attire and enjoy food trucks that'll be available there for purchase. Plus, Junior Tally as Elvis will perform an outdoor concert at 1 p.m. So again, that's at Parkview in Wellman, and it's Friday, August 9th, 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the car show, and then at 1 p.m. there's an Elvis concert, and you can bring some things to donate. It's school supply donations, appetite for the food trucks, right, and then also your love for Elvis is what they're telling us to bring to all
Everybody
that.
loves
So
Elvis.
wanted to shout that out here on the show real quick here this morning.
Elvis?
I do not. I leave that up to the professional imitators.
Those that are Elvis.
Yeah, I do. I just imitate Duluth Buck Trading. Duluth Trading Company Buck Naked Underwear.
That's so funny.
Oh boy! All right, so let's
get set for the day around here.
Let's get set for the day. Well, I need to pull up the actual temperature. I was ding-donging around during the commercial break. So right now in Washington,
73.
62 actually right now. High today is going to be 79. We're close. We're within 10.
Can't within single digits.
All right. So yes, high of 79, low of 57. Saturday. There's Saturday and Sundays. So I'm not getting into all that. I don't even care about Saturday, Sundays. It's just going to be cloudy. It's going to be cloudy, and it's going to be like 79 and 80. A little bit of rain Sunday afternoon. Things to do in the area. Fairfield, Movies in the Park, presented by Fairfield's Park and Rec, is showing Men in Black tonight, beginning at 7 p.m. at the Central Square. I got to selfishly do this. You know what else is going on in Fairfield tonight at 7 p.m.?
Yeah, do say so.
Do say so, by all means, dear Braxton. So Kyle and I on the rocks are playing at 7 p.m. at the Walton, at the golf course there at the country club on the patio.
Spot.
7 to 9 is going to be beautiful weather outside. So, you can do either one, but we'd love to have you out there. If you like country, Tim won't be there. He doesn't like country. It's fine. Mount Pleasant area tonight at the Henry County Fair.
I like sunsets.
That's what you do. And you know what? To be fair, you come to multiple of our shows, so I appreciate you.
I am a roadie of yours.
Definitely. Tonight at the Henry County Fair is the IFPA Truck and Tractor Pull. Come on down, beginning at 6:30 p.m. Which, if you didn't get to, we didn't get to have the tractor pull here in Washington, which was unfortunate. So, Beer Garden will be open for both events, and then tonight at the Washington County Fair, it is the night.
Tonight.
It is motocross beginning at 7 p.m. So lots going on around Southeast Iowa here tonight.
If you can't find anything to do today,
you're just a loser.
You're not trying. And you're
just boring.
Just might be.
I'm just gonna stay home. Okay.
First thing Nick says is, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Now,
am I going to Mount Pleasant? Or am I going to Washington?
I'm going to Fairfield. I mean, it could be any number of
things. You go to Fairfield now.
Yeah.
You might have to skip both of them. You didn't know John the Voice was in the mix.
No, John.
So
on the rocks.
In the mix tonight.
Have you seen On the Rocks yet?
I caught bits and pieces of them.
You either get them all or you don't.
Ridiculous days.
Yep, I'm going to say down that night. All right, this day in history, 1980, the Summer Olympics opened in Moscow, Russia, even though 60 countries refused to attend because of the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. It was the largest Olympic boycott to date.
Including the United States.
Yeah, pretty wild. All right.
About on this day, not quite this day, was the first time a gymnast, Nadia Comaneci, received perfect 10 scores in gymnastics. Wow. It was in 1976.
Gymnasts they're another level, man. They are another crazy individuals.
And so if you look at the routine that she did versus what's going on today, it's like night and day what these athletes are doing now. Sorry to interrupt, John.
No, you're fine. Daily dad joke. Why are spiders so smart?
I couldn't imagine.
They can find everything on the web.
Yes. That's why they're so smart.
Yeah.
Now
I hate spiders, by the way.
Yeah, we've had that talk. We were talking about, Matt and I were talking about it. Snakes.
Snakes, I'm okay with. Spiders, a good spider's a dead spider. It's just I don't care what it's all.
I don't care for spiders.
I hate them.
But the little ones, I don't like big ones.
I'll never forget. I'll close with this. I lived in Tucson, Arizona for a couple years. My third day there, after I moved there, I'm walking into a coffee shop. A coffee shop in civilized society, minding my own business. Man, I get out of the car and I'm walking in, and there's a freaking tarantula on the sidewalk. Just I'm like, are you kidding me?
Step on it.
That one, I didn't. It
just kicked those.
It had like muscles in its legs, like it had been doing some workouts with Chuck Norris and a Bowflex. I mean, that thing. I was like, I'm just gonna let it journey on, and no hard feelings.
Spider has the right of way.
Yeah, Paige just chimed in. Thank you for the shout out for Parkview Manor. Absolutely, and again, August 9th. 11:30 a.m.
Very good.
All right,
folks. We that's all the time we have because we always take up more time than we have. So we're 5 minutes over, and we don't care. But I need some Triple M, so we're gonna shut her down.
Sounds good.
Thank you all for joining this whole week. It's good to be back all week. Nick the Second, producer Nick the Second, has got things all worked out between him and Matt, and life is good. So we'll be back next Monday. If you liked what you saw, hit all the like buttons and shares and all that hoo-ha that people do. And we'll be back Monday. Have a great weekend.